very good. Okay, very good.
Good morning, and welcome to another episode of Hard Factor, presented by the Barstool News Network. It is episode number 581. It is a Florida Man Friday, December 10th, 2020. And we have everybody here. It's me, Will. We have Pat. We have Mark. We have Wes. I see Bubba's added some holiday lights to the youtube.com/hardfactornews video setup. Wes is having a lot of trouble connecting over the internet right now as we start the recording.
Just gave
there?
up.
Wes lasted 3 seconds into the show before switching to his standard definition mode.
To my ugly mode.
Well,
Yeah.
good. I tried to just stall. I just was talking, making noises with my mouth.
Well,
Until we're good.
Talk to me about this haircut, bro. What did you tell the guy?
I told him I wanted my regular. They went with a little bit of a higher fade.
He said, I'll have a liter of cola. And
A
wings."
little bit of a. They went with a little bit of a higher fade than normal. I asked for a mid fade. That's a little bit high.
Give me the police presser.
Yeah. Yeah.
Chief of
Well,
police
it
presser.
looks.
Yeah.
I want to
Hey,
look
it
like
looks-
I take relations with my daughter very seriously.
It looks perfect right in front of this great seal of Florida, the state of Florida flag that James from the Hardo Hive sent to the Reno studios. Shout out, James. It looks great. State of Florida is a great seal of Florida. It's sitting on Florida Man Friday.
Nice.
YouTube.com/hardfactornews to check that out. So,
It does look great. What a flag. Yeah. Nice.
looks good. It looks like a boat. You know, it looks like you're relaxing on a boat when you look at the Florida flag. That's what I feel like, anyhow. So hopefully that's what Richard DeLisi is doing. The guy who's finally been released from prison, the longest weed sentence of all time. That's Florida Man released. What a week. Good week.
That
Fat-a-thon.
haircut and that flag has very racist vibes, I gotta be honest.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
I can back you up there.
Oh,
Is the LSU shirt also hurting?
oh man.
Well, I'm not gonna apologize for the way I look. So
You
taking it
look great.
to the Fat-a-thon charity final results. $1,200 for each charity. Mark's went to preventchildabuse.org, Large to the Willie Colon Foundation, Pat to the Sims Foundation, Wes to the Team Rubicon, and myself to the Cal Fire Foundation.
And Will's went to building the wall.
Making it 10 feet higher.
It's time we take up for our own.
Yeah. So I don't
having
know.
fun
Do I
with
look? Do I
No,
look?
you're
I don't
fine.
know.
No,
I
you're
think I
fine.
just look like Farva,
No,
right?
I think
you look-
I just looking at you here just hit that point where I realized that we are full blown man adults. Like a child seeing you is like that's a man adult right there. You're not a young adult. You're a man adult. So am I.
Yeah. We're approaching 40, Pat. You know.
Well,
Yeah.
Hey, but congrats to the.
What age did you think you were?
I don't know. Congrats
Realities.
to the Hive though for raising all that cash for charity. That's fucking awesome, guys.
Yeah.
That is
It is
awesome.
very
Thank
good.
you very much.
Yeah, it's like the grand total was like $6,000 or something, so or more. So it's really good.
Yep.
Really, really good way to work. And we, I'm sorry to everybody, but I'll say I'm probably fatter. I'm putting weight back on.
No, stop it. Well, then it's good news. That means that this spring, 2021 spring, Fat-a-thon 3, I'm thinking maybe right around Easter time,
Yep.
Fat-a-thon 3.
Gonna need it.
Right, yeah. And then more charity stuff. So all good.
Mm-hmm.
I went to a local bakery about 2 days ago in the morning after radio, and I got 6 different donuts and ate them all before noon. That's where I'm at.
Why did you do that?
I don't know.
Were you
I'm
eating
with
them and
Wes.
thinking like, at least I'm sober?
Yeah, exactly. I was thinking that. I'm definitely replacing booze with food sometimes.
6 different donuts.
Yeah, coffee cake, chocolate.
I can't
bacon.
blame you. I'm doing the same.
That's exorbitant.
It was
I'm
a
just
lot.
doubling down though. I'm still just drinking the beers on top of just stuffing my mouth full of food all the time. Hey, Beav, why is your face so close?
Just getting
to
a
the
good
camera?
look at good look at Wes. Let's do the news.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Okay, guys. Well, I'm going to lead off. We have a rare Florida man heading to the soft corner. This doesn't happen often. Going to lead off with it. That's right. There's a new entry to the soft corner, fellas. Here's the thing. I have a rule, and that rule is if you shoot and kill 2 of your fiance's dogs because you're mad at her, you get a one-way ticket to the soft corner 100 times out of 100. And that's exactly what 49-year-old William Petty of Volusia County did. So here we are, William, you fucking piece of shit. That's where we're at. Right, so Petty reportedly got into an argument.
This was really petty of him.
It was. It gets a lot worse, too. Because it comes from being petty to downright just flagrant. Petty reportedly got into an argument with his fiance. So what did he do next? Well, he took her 2 dogs and a 16-year-old boy that was over at the house or apartment that they don't explain their relationship with, got them all in the truck and headed to the woods, headed to a wooded area in DeLand.
Okay.
And
That sounds
Florida.
terrible. You start off with collecting a young boy and a couple of dogs and then heading off to the woods with
ill intentions.
You don't go into the woods with someone that's not your family member unless there's a plan. Now, you definitely never go on a boat, even if there is a plan, because you're going to wind up murdered. But more common the woods.
You got to definitely try out the woods sometimes with the stranger. It's not bad all the time.
My first assumption was
I'll say that.
My first assumption was this kid's the fiance's, kid, right? And from a previous relationship. And then my second thought was maybe it's this guy's step kid. I don't know.
I was hiking with my dogs the other day, and there was like this older man, grizzled looking man, and he had like a day pack on, which was weird, and he had like 2 young kids with him. Now, they were probably his children, but when I passed, because they were like off like in like the wood, they weren't even on the path. They were like sitting on a log in the woods, and they were like, "Hit doggies, blah blah." And I almost called the cops on him because I was like,
well, the Boy Scouts had to be replaced somehow, Wes.
Yeah.
You got a vibe that he was kidnapping these kids?
I'm just a paranoid person in general, but I got a vibe, and I was like, then if I don't call the cops, something happens, it's on me. Like, I went through this whole scenario in my head. It was awful. It ruined my hike.
You're trying to make eye contact with the kids, like mouthing, "Are you okay?
Yeah.
You okay?"
Yeah. I was like, I hope someone passes so I can like just check on those kids back there.
Were you thinking of like some dad stuff that you could ask him that only a real dad would know?
Well, yeah, no, I quickly I passed him, and then I started thinking about it.
When's his birthday?
Yeah, exactly. Is that your dad? Like at the airport or something?
Well, look, back to this story. Once Petty got the 16-year-old and the 2 dogs to the woods, he pulled out a revolver.
What the fuck would you have said if they were like, "Yeah, it's my dad"? Just checking.
Well, I thought he would be like, you know what? Thanks for
good, son.
Thank you.
Good.
Thanks for
Happy
looking out.
holidays.
You know,
which is likely the scenario. Yes, it's my son.
Yes.
Yeah,
You fucking
thank you for
weirdo.
worrying. So once Petty got the dogs and the 16-year-old kid to the woods, he of course pulled out a revolver and shot one of the dogs dead in front of the kid. And then, wanting to teach the 16-year-old how to be a man by murdering the innocent, loving pets of a woman that wronged you, in a simple argument, he then passed the revolver to the 16-year-old and instructed him to kill the second dog, saying, "Left you one, boy."
That's why he brought the 16-year-old.
Yeah.
I was worried it was to have sex with him. Now
you
equally
see.
concerned to make him kill a dog. Yeah.
No, he just wanted to ruin his life. The teenager did not kill the second dog. He, in fact, shot the ground, probably while having snot cries.
I missed. I think I missed.
Yeah. And a disappointed Petty grabbed the gun and then killed the second dog of himself and said, I guess I'll do it. He then left the bodies.
Sometimes you just got to
Don't
get a job
send
done
the
right.
boy.
You got to do it yourself.
You ready
Yeah,
for the
man.
worst day of your life, boy?
Get back in the
Get
truck.
in the truck.
Yeah, he then left the bodies of the dogs
Pussy.
for the sheriffs to go clean up the next day.
You fucking dog lover.
Yeah. See what you did? Yeah, he blamed it on the kid, I'm sure, too.
Yeah.
It's your mom's fault. What do you guys think this Soft Corner Hall of Fame fucking loser, what do you think happened to him next? What do you guys think of? Well, first of all, do you think he's a good choice?
Hopefully you got arrested.
Good
after
choice.
That little
Yeah.
rendezvous in the woods.
Good choice for the
Killing
soft corner, right?
2 dogs.
Yeah, bro. Anyone that kills a fucking animal, a defenseless animal, is going straight to the soft corner. Fuck this piece of shit.
Yeah, And what he tried to do to the kid, who's a good
Well,
human.
he was just trying to make that kid a man. I don't necessarily fault him for that.
A man after his own model of a man. Well, look, people are so mad at this guy that the disgusted judge at his hearing, we're gonna picture this fucker up here, ordered that he be held in jail without bond. They're not even giving him the option to get out of jail because they're so fucking mad at this guy in Florida. So not sure if they get internet at that jail or if a guard or family member might have let it slip that Petty is in there for murdering 2 dogs and for child abuse for trying to get a teenage boy to shoot a dog. But I imagine if they did, it's not going to be pleasant stay for William Petty. Just a chorus of mocking dog barks as he's being harassed on a daily basis.
Think so?
Yeah, and then and then jumped.
Okay.
Also, there's a lot of guys in that prison nicknamed Mad Dog who are not going to be happy with him.
That's a good point.
Convicts
know that.
love
Try
dogs,
to
and
shoot me.
I'm going to
Yeah.
go out on a limb and say these dogs were pit bulls, and convicts love pit bulls more than they do their own children sometimes.
You got to deal with the dog now.
If you got long pubes out there and you don't know what you're going to do with them, you just got some pubes. If it's time to shave, put them to good use. Shave them, put them in an envelope, mail them to William Petty,
Yeah.
care of the Valisa County Corrections Department. We'll get you the address, guys. Florida woman.
Whoa. Anyways, that guy is one of the worst Florida men we've ever covered, and he needs to chill out. And I think had he maybe tried some of the products that Radix Remedies has to offer, those 2 dogs would be alive today. In fact, I'm sure of it, right? Radix has a wide variety of infused products, including tinctures, topicals, and more. They're their best-selling Sleepy Bears, the nighttime gummies. Holy shit! With 5 milligrams of melatonin and 10 milligrams of CBD per gummy, they're delicious. Make
Knock you right out.
Yeah.
Cold. Out cold.
Out cold.
I mean,
and then when you wake
You
up
are
the next
sleeping.
day, you are gone. No time. You better be in your jammies when you're taking those things. And then when you wake up during the day, you should take their NeuroRoot because it's a Focus Plus. It promotes a brain function, memory development, and positive mood for long-lasting daily energy. Increase your focus, motivation, and concentration at work, university, or any other athletic activity. Whatever you do with NeuroRoot, it's like a real-life limitless pill. It's going to get you going. It's going to get you through your tasks in an advanced form. So just head over to radixremedies.com/Barstool and use code Barstool to unlock some special deals lined up for all of you. Act now to receive 10% off with code Barstool. Pre-order NeuroRoot Plus now. All orders will be entered to win free CBD for a year. Be sure to catch their Black Friday lightning sales. Best prices of the year are the 12 days of Christmas giveaways throughout December. Follow them on social media to join.
Hell yeah. Guys, Florida woman and former state of Florida data scientist Rebecca Jones, her home was raided this week with authorities seizing her computer, her phone, and some other stuff because of a warrant that was issued as investigators try to determine who sent out a bunch of messages on a Florida Department of Health's internal messaging system that read, quote, "It's time to speak up before another 17,000 people are dead. You know this is wrong. You don't have to be a part of it. Be a hero. Speak out before it's too late." So pretty ominous words. The reason Rebecca is a suspect, and suspect number one, in fact, is because she was fired by the Florida Department of Health back in June after she claims that her bosses asked her to manipulate COVID data in order to support the phase 1 reopening of the Sunshine State. So essentially, they were getting ready for reopening. She was the data cruncher, and she wasn't giving them numbers back that they liked. So they said, "Well, don't you mess with these a little bit?" And she said, "Nay." So she got fired, and according to the affidavit, the messages sent to the state planning group on November 10th were tracked back to her IP address. So clearly, she's not a crime scientist, right? Whoopsies.
They told her to do the China. They said, "Why don't you do what China did?"
Yeah, why don't you chine it up a little? Just chine these numbers up a little bit.
Do the
Yeah.
Pennsylvania.
Do the Pennsylvania do the Dutch
but
shuffle.
what
on
came
these.
what came from her IP address though?
So okay, so it's just like a group text essentially, right? And it's to state planners, and there was a ton of messages that were sent from a quote unquote unauthorized user, and they're saying that the messages came from her IP address. So it's it would have been unauthorized for her to access that group messaging account after being fired from the Department of Health. So she denies sending the messages, and also the warrant probably should have never happened because the username and password to get into that group messaging service is literally available on the Department of Health's website. Like they screwed up, and it's just publicly available there. So it could have been anyone that did it.
They had the login
From her
credentials
IP address.
posted.
Well, apparently an IP address is really easy to spoof. So what I'm saying is probably she did it, but like their evidence wasn't wasn't strong enough for them to issue a warrant.
So she faked her own story,
What do you mean?
or like, what's going? Like,
I'm just saying she probably did it, but
Yeah.
they probably didn't have enough to get a warrant. DeSantis probably was like, clap down on this lady. They were looking for a reason to fuck with her. And the police rolled up with her guns drawn after banging on her door for about 13 minutes. So just banging for 13 minutes. And this is after one officer spoke to her on the phone. It was like, hey, we're coming to your door. She was like, okay. And then they were there and she was like, And Jones released a video of the cops coming in and she claimed that officers pointed guns at her husband and her children. Now, Florida Department of Law Enforcement Commissioner Rick Swearing.
That's just how they say hi, though.
Right.
Hey.
Yeah. Hey.
Hey.
Rick Swearingen, he issued a statement saying, quote, at no time were weapons pointed at anyone in the home,
this is so.
which is a big
this
old
is
lie.
like-
If you watch the body cam footage, they definitely pointed a gun directly at her.
This is a big time he said, she said across the whole thing.
It sure sounds like it.
Oh,
sure sounds
across
like
the whole story.
Yeah,
Why didn't she open the door for the first 13?
This is a he said, she said across the
No,
entire story.
if you're watching on the YouTube, you'll see that this guy absolutely points a gun right at her face. She's right inside the door. He's pointing a gun through the window at her. And then these guys roll in and draw their weapons, and then I guess her husband was at the top of the stairs. This is what she's saying. She's freaking out about people pointing guns at her. Her husband's at the top of the stairs holding the baby, and this guy is like kind of like aiming the gun up there. So, whatever. It's just a whole clusterfuck of shit. Jones told she told Chris Cuomo, DeSantis out, needs to worry less about what I'm writing about and more about the people that are sick and dying in the state. And her legal fund, she said, went up on GoFundMe, has reached $220,000 out of her $500,000 goal.
Damn.
So Jesus, she's like doing the press circuit right now, getting that legal fund up.
Wow.
Yeah, but yeah, apparently you don't fuck with, you don't say no to the Department of Health in Florida, or they're going to get you.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like a weird story across the board, and then you don't taunt them back with stuff from your own house.
Yeah.
Messaging stuff. Weird story. All right. Let's take it over to one from Joe Kruger in the Hardo Hive. And I'm going to be spending my entire Florida Man Friday in Bradenton, Florida. Sunny
Both your
little
stories?
all of my stories, both of my stories in Bradenton, Florida. It's just a little slice of heaven south of Tampa, north of Sarasota, just paradise on earth. And so we're going to spend a couple stories in Bradenton. And this tale begins at the Windmill Manor Mobile Home Park in Bradenton, where a Florida man was doing the totally normal Florida man task of holding on to his buddy's trash can. So his buddy just said, hey, hold on to this trash can. He was like, all right,
I'll be
I
back.
got it. Yeah, I got that trash can for you.
Want me to put trash in it every once in a while, keep it normal, or
Yeah.
He left him with a few pieces of trash. To
Yep.
throw it every once in a while.
just so it feels like it's normal every week, throw a can in there,
Yeah, exactly. Just this is his buddy gave him a trash can, 55-gallon trash can, and he was like, "Man, it started to stink after about 2 months." So he finally, for the first time ever, unsealed the trash can, and lo and behold, there was another Florida man inside that trash can.
Oh, he must have
you
been
wouldn't have guessed
hungry.
that, right? Yeah.
So his buddy left him with a dead body.
Oh, he's dead. Okay.
Yeah.
Don't try to
Dead
move
body
it.
inside.
Just put it right here.
And don't open this. Whatever you do, don't open it. But
Yeah.
keep an eye on it.
Yeah, so he's like, oh, shit, there's a body inside of here. Turns out that his buddy was Michelle Hanley, 48 years old, who was living with 39-year-old Christopher Leonard in the same trailer park, the very same, the windmill, the Windsor Windmill or something.
The Windmill Manor.
Hey, buddy, how come you need me to watch the trash can? Can Michelle watch it? No, she can't watch it.
No, it was Michelle. Michelle was
she's
the
in
buddy.
it.
was
Yeah,
the
she's in-
buddy.
She's in it.
Michelle was the buddy.
She's in
Michelle was the buddy that left the trash can with the man who never
Oh.
looked into it.
Oh, okay.
Michelle was living in a separate trailer in the same trailer park with 39-year-old Christopher Leonard. And she claims that Leonard died and that she found him in their
reverse-
trailer and
reverse
that
it.
she hid him for 3 weeks and then eventually put him in the trash can and ditched him with her buddy so that she could go collect Social Security benefits. But that's what her claim is. And she's been charged with abuse of a dead body and obviously many more charges expected to come because, I mean, what do you guys think about that situation?
Was there like a hole in his head from like a bullet? Like
Exactly.
They haven't released that type of information.
Yeah. How do you fit a body in a trash can?
55 gallons, right? That's a
55s are
big one.
Big boys.
So that's the size of a like a oil drum, which I know that you
Yeah.
can do, but it's still not. It's not going to be easy.
It's like
Well-
the big. I think it's like the 64 is the biggest. Like
The good news, Pat, is you have a lot of time because they're dead, so you can really
That's
get
true.
after it.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
don't really need to worry about
Scrunch
putting them in
them in
there
there.
comfortably.
Yeah, you can just jam them in there.
Yeah.
I'm sure he was limp. I mean, I don't know how that works, how it progresses, but yeah, he was dead for 4 weeks before she dumped him in the can.
You'd imagine it's malicious if she shoved him in a trash can. If it was like natural causes, she probably would have called someone.
Right.
Been sad. Yeah. She killed him, right?
Yeah, she killed.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like that's. I mean, that's alleged.
Yeah.
That's alleged, but you know, that's probably what's going on there, and that's quite a discovery that she made inside of that trash can. That
I feel it. I feel one coming on.
You know, that's a discovery, the type of which that you could find on the Discovery Plus streaming app. Introducing a new streaming
king.
service.
He's
What a
the goddamn king.
Bringing you the greatest selection of real life entertainment plus exclusive originals you won't find anywhere else but the Discovery Plus streaming app. Watch your favorites from brands like HGTV, Food Network, TLC, ID, Animal Planet, Discovery Channel, and more, including shows like Shark Week, The 90 Day Fiancé universe, the whole thing. I mean, that's a big universe, 90 Day Fiancé. Diners, Dive-Ins, and Drives, A Hometown, and Naked and Afraid. Plus, the BBC Natural History Collection, including Life, Planet Earth, brand new specials from the BBC. It's just everything. Every TV show on the Discovery Plus streaming app. From food to nature, true crime, flipping houses, puppies, classic cars, whatever you're into, find it at the Discovery Plus streaming app. Starts streaming January 4th in the U.S. only.
Yeah, if you're not dead in a trash can, it's going to be on.
Right,
January
exactly.
4th. Yeah.
Yeah, sounds lovely.
It's a better discovery than that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, the way better segue would have been to talk about the show on Discovery Plus, Dead in a Trash Can. But
Dead, yeah.
bit of an oversight. That's
That's a good
It's,
point.
so far, it's only one episode, but whoa.
It's amazing. All right, guys. 51-year-old Alton Ashby was arrested by the Indian County Sheriff's Department after an incident at a Best Buy store in Vero Beach, Florida. Now, the word incident has probably the largest range of possibilities in Florida than it does anywhere else in the world.
yeah, you could call the birth of your child an incident. in
Right.
Florida.
Could literally be anything. But this
Oh,
You guys
yeah.
remember the
We had an incident that's going to cost me today.
yeah, exactly.
remember the curb where the disturbance? In the disturbance in the kitchen, there was a disturbance. In the
Curb Your
kitchen during
Enthusiasm?
the
I don't
Curb
remember
Your
that episode.
Enthusiasm.
Oh no!
Oh
no,
man,
no,
the
no.
disturbance.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah, same thing.
Same thing, Will.
right, very similar to a Florida incident.
Yes.
So disturbance.
But this time it was a classic scenario for this day and age. It was a mask incident. You see, 51-year-old Alton Ashby hates masks, thinks they're stupid, and they infringe upon his right to put his fingers in a V shape on his mouth and then flick his tongue between them like women. Can't do that with a mask.
It's his main pickup move.
Yeah, can't do that with a mask. He also
It doesn't
thinks
always work, but when it does, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. He also thinks they muffle his whistles. He calls them cat call condoms. Anyway, he hates them. So when he refused to wear one at the Best Buy, he was politely asked to do so. He was trying to get some computer work done at the Geek Squad. They wouldn't serve him until he put a mask on. Eventually, he was convinced to put one on, but then quickly took it off. That's when things escalated. And after, again, being refused computer help, he became very, very angry, and he coughed, sneezed, and spit all over the Geek Squad counter, as well as another adjoining counter. And that's when they asked him to leave. So he's just spitting at these Geek Squad nerds.
He's just the worst guy possible.
Yes.
Hey, geek.
Yeah.
Yeah. Take that, geek.
You won't be able to handle this virus with your weak ass small body and your premature baby immune system.
Yeah.
Nerds.
So as Ashby, they told him to leave, and as Ashby headed to the front, he got a Coca-Cola and sprayed the contents like he was like just won the Indy 500. He shook it up and sprayed it everywhere.
Should have done that with a Diet Coke. That was very
Showman.
short-sighted on his part.
Oh, yeah, it's the
Between the
best.
two Cokes, one of them really sprays, and that's the Diet Coke. It's true. Fucking idiot.
It's true.
Well, if there isn't a global pandemic going on, this guy's a lot of fun.
Also, he wanted to make it sticky. That was the thing too.
Yeah.
He didn't want
More sugar,
He wanted
please.
him to be.
You know what
sticky.
sucks though? is
More
like,
sugar, please.
there's just not that many Best Buys. You know what I mean? Like, and he's ruined that. He's taken that Best Buy off the board for him for the rest of his time in that when he lives in that area.
It's a good
And
point.
he can't
He's
afford
gotta
to
drive.
move.
He's got to drive a
Yeah.
little further. Yeah.
Yeah, what's crazy is that they had.
What's he gonna do when he needs a modem? You know he doesn't.
You don't
have the
burn your
internet.
Best Buy, yeah.
He's not. Of
course he doesn't need some modem.
on Amazon.
Well,
Yeah.
apparently he ruined that Best Buy for the whole day for everyone in the community because they had to shut it down to do a deep cleaning of it after this guy.
Because of all of his juices.
Because of his sneeze and the coke. He said that when the police stopped him, they tracked him down. He said he was upset and going through a lot this year and got a little carried away.
no.
And he was actually not a resident of Florida. He was visiting from. Can you guess which state?
Kentucky.
Milwaukee, Wisconsin?
Alabama.
The great
Texas.
state of Texas.
Ah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
he finally lost it when he got to Florida.
Match made in heaven.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, it's a tale of two cities, a yin and yang. Porridge is too hot, and now porridge is too cold day for me, right? My first one was the worst of times with the dog killer, and now we've got a best of times with 23-year-old Sean Campbell of New Smyrna Beach, Florida, who's a hero that rescued an elderly man he heard calling for help from a burning home.
Oh, that's awesome.
Isn't that awesome? Campbell, who is an Amazon delivery driver and is probably going to get a nice Christmas gift from Amazon for getting the story. Amazon delivery driver saves man from burning home in the news. Says that he heard screams coming from a home that was nearby, a home he was delivering packages to. So this wasn't even a home directly in his route. He was just aware. He wasn't, I guess, didn't have the headphones in and heard screams. And he said, I heard the screaming. And when you hear something like that, you just have to go to it. And that's what he did. So pretty good.
He's a man of action. A real man of action.
Kids
Genius.
going places. Yeah, so a fire, I guess, broke out in an elderly couple's garage, and the elderly woman got out with the help from a neighbor, but in the chaos, they left Grandpop in the kitchen with his walker, alone and confused.
Yeah.
Campbell apparently ripped open the front door and just saw him in there, and he said he was in the kitchen with his walker just standing there. I don't think he truly knew what was going on, so I was like, sir, come on, I need to help you. Come on, let's get out.
It was
Yeah.
a captain going down with his ship. Let's give the old man a little dignity.
No dignity.
No,
It's
he
gonna
just
get worse.
didn't realize
It's
he
gonna
had
get
set
worse.
himself on fire.
I see they finally turned down the AC.
Yes, exactly. He said, after he said, come on, we got to leave, he said he kept trying to grab his walker. And I was like, no, we got to leave the walker so that you
Hold
can live
on,
to see
I
another
gotta
day.
go to the bedroom.
Yeah, exactly. So he finally got him out. And then he saved his life, right? The couple's son, Tim West, said he is very grateful for Campbell's help and also finally realizing that mom and dad need full-time care. Right?
Yeah, when your mom sets the house on fire and then your
Yes.
dad is just
in the kitchen.
just confused by the whole thing and frozen. Yeah, you got to get help.
It's
Guys,
time to get help.
A couple
They
weeks
both-
too late, actually.
They both needed rescuing, one from a neighbor and one from an Amazon man. Firefighters ended up also rescuing the family dog. So there you go, completely opposite from my first story. The house is no longer livable, though, and the elderly couple will be staying with their grandchild as it again seems their son, Tim, doesn't have his shit
What is
together.
up with Tim? Tim? I want to thank everybody for taking care of them.
Oh man, I don't know. It could be one of those. Well, I would have you over, but I've got is the apartment, and I don't like to really pay rent there, so I might be moving soon.
This group home situation doesn't really allow for me to have long-term guests.
With my girlfriend, she loves you guys a lot, but she's in and out of the house for work all hours of the night, so that's not going to be. Anyways.
Oh, Mom, I would. I would.
Staying with the fucking grandkid. Anyways, none of that matters. Just having a little hypothetical fun at Tim's expense. The important thing is the couple and the dog are alive and well.
All right, guys. A Florida woman was hospitalized after strangers broke into her home around 11 p.m. on Thursday. Lachelle Jacobs said that she was sleeping in her bed with her 6-year-old son when she heard someone banging on the door. And she got up and went and opened the door, and she saw a girl standing in her doorway who's saying, quote, "They're following me, they're following me." And she was like, "What? Who's following you?" And that's when the woman and a man who'd been, I guess, like hiding behind the door bum rushed her and started attacking her in her apartment, right? And
So she was
Okay,
right.
classic bait and switch. Yeah.
classic bait and switch, bro. And she claims that she blacked out from that attack. And what makes this story different than a normal Florida assault and breaking and entering is that the perps didn't have electronics or cash in their sights when they broke into Lachelle's home. They were on a very different and more important mission, and that was to cut her hair. They wanted to cut Lachelle's hair.
Oh, she had a shitty haircut. Whoa.
No, that's post. That's afterwards. So maybe they hated her haircut. Maybe they
That's
loved
what I'm
it and were
saying.
threatened by it. We'll never know. But what we do know is that they beat her, and it seems that her main goal was to give Lachelle a shitty haircut. And Lachelle told reporters, "When I woke up, I remember them holding my hair and saying if I moved or screamed, they were going to stab me and continue to cut my hair." So they just gave her a bad haircut. The attackers gave her a pretty bad beating, too, leaving her with a concussion, ruptured eardrum, and a black eye. When it was all said and done, the only thing missing from the home was the pair of scissors that were used to forcibly give her a haircut.
Were they practicing maybe to be hair cutter people?
That could have been it. Or I got another take here.
Hairstylist?
Lachella just got a bad haircut and then needed an excuse to explain it, so she made up this whole thing.
Did you see the black eye? Did you actually
Yes,
see it?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
How bad was it? Was it vicious or was it?
It wasn't good. Well, it looks like you know what it was though. It was like the black under eye. It was like the black.
Yeah. See that you could do that to yourself.
Yeah, I agree.
But how do you cut the back of your hair in that fashion? How?
Well, no. He's saying, look, you staged the attack after having a horrible haircut.
Yeah, she
couldn't
got a
do
little
that to
drunk.
her. I don't think she could do that to herself.
You could do that to yourself if you
Could
wanted
you?
to. Mm-hmm.
I think she's
Well,
gonna.
no, she
pattern?
didn't necessarily have to cut that herself. It could have just been a horrible haircut. Then she tried to fix it herself.
No, come on. No professional gave her that bad of a haircut. Look at that.
I think it's gonna look pretty cute when she gets it
When
all
it grows
shaped up.
out, it's funky.
Yeah.
It's chunky
See?
and funky.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it's new.
Overruled. Maybe it was just a bad haircut.
What's going on in Bradenton, Will?
Let's take it back over to Bradenton. I'm glad you asked, Beeve, because there's more happening in Manatee County. Not just dead guys and trash cans. We've got a story of a homeless man who attempted to take a bath in a creek under a railroad track in his underwear, which is just, that's a tale as old as time, right? Just taking a little bathe under the railroad track. But he got
Bradenton
stuck.
brush up.
It's like a novel.
Yeah, he had a tin of beans
Yeah.
on the open fire.
It's
right
the best
on
when
bank.
you're in a creek too, because you don't have to scrub. You can just let the moving water, take the
Yeah.
layer of film off you.
Let that algae-filled creek water just wash you,
Just
wash you
take
clean.
a bar of soap and hold it real tight between your legs and just
You're just getting
enjoy.
You're just getting the filth from the guy 5 feet in front of you that washes into you.
Just gawking at the cars.
Oh, you want to be at the creek head. You want to be
You
at
got
the
in
creek
front of
head.
that line.
If only it was that luxurious of a situation. Unfortunately, he was all alone, and he got stuck, quote unquote, got stuck. He claims that due to a previous leg injury, unspecified, he couldn't move out of the creek.
Yeah, that's
and that he
a
was
non-sports
yelling-
related leg injury. I guarantee that.
Yeah, unspecified exactly what the injury was. The man said he was yelling for 2 straight days, but nobody noticed until 1:30 a.m. a couple nights later when Mike's Mini Mart, an employee on 15th Street, reported it to the police, and we have a clip of the daring rescue. Bubba, if you could play that.
Get you on the bank.
Yeah, we'll try to stand up now, ready? 1, 2. Oh, my shoes are coming up. It's okay. Okay, whenever. What?
I can't carry it. I can't move my legs. They're numb. Ready, guys?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Hey, bud. I'll crawl.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, crawl.
Huh?
You've been in the water for a whole entire day?
2 days.
You've been in the water for 2 days?
He's a big boy.
Oh my god.
2 days.
He didn't lose much weight in those 2 days.
Cops did the fireman's carry. They had the fireman's carry out.
Yep.
Been eating fish for 2 days.
Was he shitting and pissing in the creek?
Yes. Who knows? I sat in that creek. The creek was only about 3 feet deep.
There's no way he was in there for 2 days.
How many times do you think he yelled, "Hey! Hey!"
It's day 2.
2 days.
So many.
Day 2, y'all. No chance.
I've been here for hours. Oh, man. Under the bridge. Shout out to Deputy Dwight Roberts, who firemen's carried him. The unidentified homeless guy, because he was just taken to the hospital. They didn't share his identification. But Dwight Roberts, deputy, carried him out of the water. That was a fireman's carry. For those who can't see the video, that was Deputy Roberts picking him up out of the 3 feet of water. Fireman's carrying over his shoulder, planting him on the bank. The guy being like, "I was there for 2 days." And then they wrapped him in a blanket, dragged him 250 yards to the road, where he finally got, a hospital, ambulance taken to the hospital.
He's
he was
a
suffering from
well-fed.
hypothermia.
Homeboy is over 250 for sure.
Well-fed hobo.
And he that fireman's carry, as he was getting onto land, the rescuer, they almost both went in together. He almost fell into the creek. Himself.
Roberts is a strong guy. I watched the entire press conference afterwards, and he did his chief called him Hercules. It was nice. It was it was a feel good moment. So good for the Manatee County Sheriff's Department. I guess that's who did it. And it's hard to understand what's going on there besides that guy is just totally fucked up on drugs. Deputy Roberts said the area is known for partying so hard that you probably can't move afterwards. So that could have been what happened. Not sure how you can't get out of waist high water without
I hope it was a
popping out of your
psychedelic
leg.
reason. That would be how awesome would that be if he thought he was trapped
For 2 days.
How else could he not get out?
That's exactly what happened. He was there for like between 2 and 5 hours, and he thought he was there for 2 days hammered. He's
Right,
an idiot.
Watch if there's ever a clip you should
I've
watch,
seen
youtube.com/HardFactorNews.
I've
See how
seen the
shut
sun
out
up
the water was.
and
The sun's
sun
gone
down
up and
twice.
up and down.
The water was not deep. And local deputies noted
What
that
year
this
is it?
Yeah. It's Groundhog's Day for the unnamed guy because it was not his first run-in with the local PD. Good luck to that Florida man on his recovery.
Nice.
Wow.
All right, you guys want to do some voicemails and reviews?
Yeah, let's do it, baby.
Strong one to end it on. Yeah.
First, thank you to John Dalville, not really sure how to pronounce your last name, but we all read your extremely kind email, and it was very much appreciated. Very awesome. It's fans like you that make this job awesome. So thank you very much for that.
Despite what the 5-star reviews say, some people like all of us.
Yeah.
Yes. Absolutely. John Duville does. Hey, John, do you like merch? Do you like buying merch in January?
Yeah. we got some merch coming. First review from RG of Dallas. I imagine that's Ryan. Says aggressive fangirl. Says I pray to this podcast, 5 stars. So thank you, Ryan. Next one is from CL Coley. Says fan, awesome podcast. Sorry to see you're leaving Barstool, but we will be a Hard Factor fan for life. Thank you. Next one is Rage Kager. It says, great way to start the day, 5 stars. Love these guys. They're a great way to start the day. They are quite interesting. As someone not familiar with Florida, their Florida Man Friday shows are the best. Hope you enjoy this one. Show is funny, informative, unbiased, and well worth the listen. Thank you, Rage Kager. This one is from Brand's Penis. It says, Pat is such a libtard.
He's slipped in again. Brand's Penis has been on before.
Yeah, that's tough, Brant. I'm a libtard, huh?
Yeah.
Is he just gone at you
Wait
with
a
the same
minute.
attack every
There's
time?
no way there's 2 Brand's Penis.
Let me tell you
Same
something,
guy.
Brant's Penis.
Same guy.
Brand's Penis 3.
I'm gonna be richer than you in my life, make more money than you, and if you need it, I'll give it right back to you because I'm that type of guy. That's the libtard that I am.
Okay.
Ooh.
He says he still
Deal
likes
with
the
that
show.
Brand's
Though.
Penis. Yeah. Well, thank you, Brand's Penis.
Well, especially after Pat pays him, $50,000 10 years from now.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Brand's Penis needs to start like a He needs
Come to me for a
cash
loan
in on that
anytime you
stimulus.
need one, Brand's Penis.
This next one is from Jeffrey, best podcast in Barstool. I've been listening since you started. When I heard you weren't getting your contract renewed, it cut me to my soul. I loved Barstool back in the day, but honestly, nowadays it seems so ad and money driven. A lot of its authentic common man humor has been lost. You guys have been my favorite podcast, hands down. Love that term. Because conservative or liberal, you guys made things funny. I won't stop listening. Please don't stop making the show. You guys did an amazing job of starting a news network that represented Barstool. I hope this isn't the end. And don't worry, Jeffrey, it is not the end. We are
nice
gonna,
review.
Jeffrey, yeah,
Wow.
great review.
Yeah, thank you. Hands down. What a review.
Yeah.
Exactly. Next one from Joe Cusack.
We are the most explicit daily news show. True.
That's
True.
right.
Very true.
That's right. The most explicit, number one most explicit daily news show in the world.
We sent
Guaranteed.
Apple an email and they wrote back, yeah, you are the
They
most
said,
explicit
you
news show.
guys
Yeah.
are way dirtier than those other two in the top 20.
Tone it down. This next one was from Joe Cusack, 5 stars. I am sad. The Friday announcement got me shook. After feeling like I know you guys personally after listening to the pod these past couple of years, I'm bummed to hear you won't be at Barstool in the new year. Y'all have fans out there and have a listener for life in me. Keep the chins up, boys, and have a great fucking day. Thank you, Joe. Really appreciate that. Last one is from Laws0404. We'll be listening to these guys anywhere they are on. Have been listening to these guys for over a year and a half faithfully now. Was simply looking for a podcast to pass the time during my lunch hour at work. I stumbled upon a gem with these guys. During my time listening to them, I've managed to convert my wife. Keep up the good work, boys. You all bring a smile to my face and make me forget about the miserable job for the small amount of time I have you. Have a great fucking day. Thank you, Laws. We will continue to do our best.
Oh, yeah.
I love that.
You know what?
Convert.
Yes.
Conversion, hard factor conversion therapy, I think is something, it's an avenue we need to look into. Also, we were talking about this news vaccine. Think about
As
that.
the show.
News
Yeah,
vaccine.
we're coming out with merch like we're hinted at. You guys didn't respond to my we're coming out with some boxers, and I was suggesting you put vaccine vertically down the crotch, like so your dick's the vaccine. You guys didn't.
Because you got the vaccine.
What about
We can do it all.
open for vaccine?
Yeah, well, that could be the woman's underwear.
Or open
And
in
then the man's is
emergency
yeah.
situation where you're in need of pleasure.
Yep. See, so,
Yeah.
those are coming.
Listen, if you tell us
It's a
to put
little
anything,
little long-winded. I'll work on it, but you know what I'm saying.
Handle with care.
Those are for the big underwear. If you're like 4X, we can fit that.
Yeah, larger canvas, more
Yeah.
words.
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna get big boy sizes too. Don't worry.
yeah.
Right?
And the bottom line is, you tell us to put it on the shirt, and you promise to buy it. We'll put it on the shirt.
That's true. It's made to order, so we'll put all sorts of stupid shit.
coming in January. Watch out.
Exactly. And then a couple more.
Snake hole.
From
Snake hole.
Yeah. Don't wake the snake.
Those are gonna fly off the shelf.
anything.
Snake hole panties.
Can they play Snake Farm too? With like a little, like a card, or like you could press a button in Snake Farm.
Yeah, we can
Oh,
insert
does
one.
that say snake hole? Yeah.
Responds positively to attention.
Next one, Gotron9 says, "Go, comrade Pat, go." And then Vandy with a bunch of numbers says, "Y'all are awesome. Sad to hear about Barstool, but so happy y'all are continuing. Been listening for a couple months now, and I look forward to it every morning. I was a stoolie, but now I'm also a member of the Hardo Hive."
There we go. There we
love
go.
it.
Thank you, Vandy. All right, let's get to voicemails. I think we got 3. And also, there's someone that called in with a 540 number. He left 2 voicemails, but none of them came through, so please try again if you want to.
Virginia boy.
Yeah, Virginia boy, little Southern Virginia boy. So, yeah, Bubba, you want to hit that first one? This one's from Big Ounce.
Big Ounce.
We got it.
What's up, fellas? It's Big Ounce. Just wanted to call in to touch on the legality or liability of the COVID vaccine for work. I got a employer, workplace, whatever, lawyer for a neighbor. And we were chatting about it, and he was telling me that, yes, they definitely can require vaccines, like you guys said. But that they most likely won't, because if something does go wrong with the vaccine and employees that they mandated get sick, they are liable for that. But they are not liable if, say, somebody comes in with COVID and spreads it around the office and somebody gets sick and dies from that. They're not liable for that. So just for the sake of liability, most places probably won't be requiring that. The restaurant and service industry thing was a interesting take. But about to hop into a car wash here. Have a good fucking day. Later, boys.
Car wash. Nice. Get that car clean. I hope it's looking good. Yeah, I think that he's right. I don't think like corporate offices.
That's what I
will do it,
suspected, yeah.
But restaurants and service, I do think they will require it.
I mean, who's really not going to take it? I mean, like it's like when you would go into sex ed and like the Christian Scientist kids they'd have to opt out in elementary school.
I was talking to obviously got a haircut recently.
Yeah, we could tell, buddy.
It's a nice tight fade. By the way, I don't care what you guys say.
Your daughter's gonna meet that haircut.
That's
That's the first thing she's gonna meet is you in that haircut. Did you think about that?
It's going to be grown out.
She's going to be on her best behavior. That's for sure.
Going to be a little grown out, but she will be disciplined. No, but anyways, there was some skepticism about I heard that in the barbershop. Skepticism about the vaccine. It is going around. People are skeptical. So
Yeah, the half of the New York firefighters said they weren't going to take it.
Dude, sign me up. Hook it to my fucking veins, so then I'm just gonna be normal, and I'm gonna walk around with my fucking vaccine sticker.
Oh yeah,
you need it for sure, Pat.
Did you guys see the COVID robot that Charles tagged us in on Twitter? And I was saying that I hope the COVID robot can just pop a vaccine into your arm too.
That'd be awesome.
It goes around the airport like pointing lights at things, trying to disinfect.
Everyone can do whatever they want, and that's their rights to do. I personally am going to take it because I've canceled so many fucking vacations for my own mental state. I'd like
just for travel.
I just want to go out of my house and feel good about it. Like I'm going to take it
just the ease of travel without having to worry about shit.
Guilt free.
There's no way it's worse than some of the drugs I put in my body. So
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And if it has long-term side effects, then oh well, then fuck me, right? I'm taking it.
Yeah. Let me know how it goes.
But what if it's the start? What if it's the mind control thing from the Black
that's what
Federation?
I said. I mean, I'd rather be blissfully. I mean, go ahead and just give me a lobotomy tomorrow. Like, I'd rather be blissfully ignorant and happy. You know, I don't care.
All right. Well,
make me dumb.
All right.
Don't have to work too hard.
Keep me dumb.
Two more. This next one's Kaylin from Maine.
Get a pretty small dose. Only need a small dose, sir. Do that. Because you're dumb.
I got it.
Yeah. What's up, guys? This is Kaylin from Maine. I just finished listening to the Friday episode on December 4th. Just calling to say, it sucks you guys are getting cut by Barstool, but honestly, I don't know how much this speaks for other listeners, but Hard Factor is the only Barstool podcast I listen to consistently, so whether or not you guys put this on the show or not, I just wanted to say that I'll be sticking with you guys, regardless of who your sponsor is or if you have no sponsor. So looking forward to hearing how I can support the podcast outside of the Barstool realm. I bought a T-shirt before, so definitely will be buying a T-shirt or whatever else you guys are selling in the future. And I'm sure the podcast still has nowhere to go up. In this crazy world of politics and everything, you guys are a really good central, diverse point of view that doesn't fall too much into the bias on either side. So I think people will still continue to flock to Hard Factor as politics keeps getting crazier and crazier. Either way, best of luck with everything and have a great fucking day.
Love that. Thank you, Kaylin.
Nice one.
Shout out, Kaylin. Except for me, the communist libtard, right, Kaylin? Healthcare for all. No, what I was saying.
I think it was complimentary.
I know. I'm kidding. Hey, but
that one was
they got you on edge, Bees. They got you on the defensive.
Yeah, no, it ain't an either or though. We love Barstool too.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
You can like I like the review. I'm a stoolie, still a stoolie, and now I'm a member of the Heart of Hive. Yeah, right. Be both. Be a stoolie and a Heart of Hive.
Absolutely, but for people that do want to support us, look, we're going to keep doing the show.
Let's break down the honest. Let's break down exactly what's happening. So essentially, Barstool was paying us, right? They paid us a reasonable but modest salary to do the pod, right? And that's what is gone for us today, and also any like ties in and promotions and stuff that Barstool offered, and just being part of that family. But so now we need to make that reasonably modest salary at least through ad sales, which we're going to be doing on our own or with a third-party company, and then merchandise. So essentially, what we're doing is we're betting on ourselves. We're putting the nut on our backs,
and
Patreon.
additional podcast offerings. So this pod will always be free, but you'll be able to get extra content that maybe you didn't get radio before, but maybe you want what we were given to radio, and
probably
that extra
voicemails
content.
are moving to like Monday through Friday is going to be a news show, like 40 minutes of news, awesome, hilarious, same consistent Monday through Friday for free, but probably moving like voicemails and shit to Patreon. Potentially, we'll see what else. Florida Man Friday, mystery box show, video content, all sorts of stuff on Patreon. But you're going to get this for free, and we get paid with merch, ad sales, and Patreon.
Yeah, and if there's anything you want to see, we're putting that package together. We're trying to figure out what we're going to do and how we're going to meet the new ways of getting income through media. And one of them might be doing some kind of cool fan club paywall thing through Patreon. So what kind of shit would you want to see? We don't know.
Yeah,
let us know.
But the power of the Hardo Hive, I will tell you this, is strong. Okay, because there's a lot of people. You're going to see some of the same sponsors that we've had before, and that's because. We're an active community that's engaging with each other and using the products that we fucking talk about. So, that speaks to how strong the show is and how strong our community is. As a show and a group of listeners.
You know what I want to do with our community, Will? Is I want to do some matchmaking within our community. That's what I want.
We already have
Shoshana.
Somebody DM Shoshana, and she's
a Hive member's up in Shoshana's stuff, and Shoshana's interested. And I said I could marry them. I've married a few people.
That'd be awesome if one day we had we can do just like a convention,
I don't know how many ladies are on our squad. I know Ryan from Dallas is a good looking gal. If she's single, maybe there's a Hardo Hive member out there that will want to date her. I don't know. Who else?
Ryan sounds hot from the voicemail, so definitely get on that, gentlemen.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Who else? Well, we'll figure it out. It'd be really cool to do some matchmaking, Fiddler on the Roof style,
voicemail, DM, whatever, if interested. So
download us.
We get to watch, though. That's the thing.
The boys are going to be able to eat and support their new babies and their families if you simply download and convert, and then that's it. I mean, download the shows, the free shows, tell people about the show, and then we're going to be fine.
Yeah. And we'll tell you everything. Make sure you're following on social, because that is the one thing that changes, is that you won't see as much interaction between Hard Factor and BNN. That's basically the only change that you'll notice. And so make sure you're following at Hard Factor News on Instagram, at Hard Factor News on Twitter, and then all of us at Hard Factor Pat, at Hard Factor Mark, at Hard Factor Wes, and at Hard Factor Will on all the same things. And then you'll always know what's going on and how you can support.
Yep. Perfect. All right, one more voicemail and we're done. This is from another one from Big Ounce.
What's up, fellas? It's Big Ounce. Just listened to the episode where y'all said that you did not get your contracts renewed. I think Barstool HQ made a huge mistake there. But that being said, I will follow you guys to the ends of the earth. I think that most of the other people in the Hardo Hive feel the same way. Very excited to see this new chapter in y'all's careers, and wishing you the best. Have a great fucking day, boys. Let's go. Excited to see what the future holds.
Big Ounce.
Love you, Big Ounce. And with that, we're out of time. Hope you guys have a great weekend. Have a great fucking day, and we will see you on Monday.